Um, I guess I didn't get a chance to really actually introduce myself last time. I was too busy making fun of everybody, making fun of people with mental disabilities. Um, and that's what I was doing. So if anybody took that personal, please don't. I've done plenty of strange things that I kind of came out of it and went, why did I do that? But it happens. Every mental illness has its quirks, and some are just more pronounced than others. Some of us learn to hide them better than others. Anyways, back to the introduction here. My name is Jeannie. Jeannie Johnson. Jeannie Louise Johnson. There's a lot of Johnsons out there. And I just kind of want to give you a rough idea as to what I'm actually really doing here. Um, Number one, I'm not having a mental breakdown. I am doing just fine. Things are going really well for me. I'm very happy. Um, Rocky is great. He's working hard. The dog is tired all the time. I've been tired. I've been working a lot. I'm getting a lot of emails, so that's great too. Um, my house is in order. Uh, I have no complaints right this second. So, um, let's see. I guess about me. I am in my later 30s. I have bipolar disorder and ADHD and PTSD. At one point, they had tried to diagnose me with borderline personality disorder. My counselor, though, that I still see, my psychologist, she does not agree with that diagnosis at all. Um, a borderline personality disorder is a lot like somebody who is having abandonment issues, and I definitely have abandonment issues, so it's easily confused. Um, Still got to work through those things, you know. Probably always going to have them, but you just got to learn how to manage them. Don't mind me looking down because I actually wrote down notes before I did this today. Look at me, all organized. Um, what? What am I doing? Well, my vision really is that I would like to see that mental illness is addressed in a way, um, and as quickly as possible, so that we are reducing the occurrence of patients in primary care facilities. Our primary care doctors are overwhelmed with the amount of patients that come in. And I'm going to use my life as an example. There was a good 2 year period there where I bet you I was in the doctor's office at least once a week. We didn't know what was wrong with me. I couldn't sleep. I was itching all the time. I was having problems with my stomach. Um, I mean, it just seemed like every other day something was going on. And those things were absolutely real. But unfortunately, they were all symptoms of the hypomania or being anxious. And if my doctor, or if, and not his fault by any means, um, but if somebody at that point had said to me, why don't you see a psychiatrist? I may very well have been treated right away for anxiety. And those symptoms went away for the most part until I had to start taking one drug that gives me a stomach condition, apparently. But I don't itch. I sleep at night. Every once in a while, I have a night that I don't sleep, but so does the rest of the world. So I move on with it. But if somebody had stepped in and said something to me at that point, there probably could have been close to 300 doctor's appointments that I never would have gone to. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of money. um, that's a lot of my time. That was a lot of my life. Those were 2 years of my life that were shot. Um, and at this point, I'm very lucky. If something is off, my family will step in. And I know that there's a lot of people who don't have that. Um, it took a long time, but they no longer say, how can I help you? They say, this is what we're going to do. And when somebody is depressed or somebody is in a state where things are not right, they can't make those decisions. The cognitive ability to make those decisions is gone. Somebody else has to do it for them. And my family knows that now. Rocky understands that. If I can't get out of bed, I've got my prepared kit. It's ready. It has basic instructions. Jean, this is what you need to do. Because I cognitively cannot figure out what to do. The only thing I can figure out is that I am safe underneath these blankets with my dog up next to me. That is it. I really would like to see us all living in a community, in wherever your community is. But I would like to see us living in a community where we're helping each other out. I know that's a long shot, but if you know that your neighbor, and we should be living in a community where I can tell my neighbor, hey, I'm bipolar, and they're not going to be like, oh, don't talk to that girl. She's got the bipolar. Because that's what happens right now. You know, those bipolars. Whatever. But I would like to live in a community where I can tell my neighbor I've got bipolar. If you don't see me for a day or two, please come and get me. Get me out of bed. But I don't live there yet. And that's sad. You know, not very long ago, that was the norm. You know, everybody in town knew everybody. And if so and so, you didn't see her for the day, you were going over to her house. Now I don't even know who those neighbors are over there. So I do know the ones behind me because they ran into my house with a boat. And don't ask, I have fun luck. When do I want these changes to happen? I want them to start happening right now. Is that realistic? No, definitely not. That's why I created Walking Fridays. If you can't walk on Friday, walk on Monday. The idea is that you are taking time out once a week to acknowledge somebody or a condition or a set group of people at one hospital, or just to honor people that have mental illness who want to turn it into mental health. And that's the goal. I mean, we want our mental illness to be a mental health issue. We don't want to be like this. We want to be healthy individuals functioning in society. But we're not quite there yet. Some of us are still trying out new medications. And it's just going to take a little while. And so walk on Monday. Take a picture of yourself walking on Monday. Even put that into the title. And go to that website that I have posted on Marching for the Madness. Register because that shows the numbers. Either you can post your picture there under the discussion forum, or you can post it on Marching for Madness, post it somewhere. But if you register at the website, it starts to show the numbers, and numbers count, people. The more people that speak up, the more people that add things, it shows that we're doing something, that we want to be heard. Next page. Where do I want this to happen? Freaking Earth. Just kidding. Well, not actually, but anyways, the entire planet really needs to do better. Let's not even get into what's going on in Iceland right now. But it, I, of course, am fighting for the United States right now because that is where I live. But every country does need. Man, I got some awesome hair here. Sorry about that, guys. Every country needs to do better. We need to treat our people better. And all of us count. It's not like somebody came along and was like, you have a mental illness, you don't have the right to vote anymore. So I do count. Sorry. Suck it up, buttercup. I'm here. And maybe Maybe what it boils down to is that we need to consider taking away the government's healthcare plan. I mean, they've got the sweet healthcare plan that I wish I had. Healthcare for life. Are you kidding me? Talk about unions being at the table, and not that I'm a union or non-union supporter, don't really care too much right this second. But let's talk about the politicians being at the healthcare table. They're the ones taking it home. I am proud to give the military their health insurance. They're giving up their lives for me every day. And no, you're not going to see me kneeling for anything for our country. It's not going to happen. I will say my Pledge of Allegiance. I live in a country where I get to speak. I get to say this stuff because of those men fighting in other countries. So I will stand up and I will be proud of that. But I will also say that I want pharma out of government's pockets. And I don't know how that's going to happen, but there has got to be a way. And the only way that I can think of right now is to start showing the numbers. Start showing that we are serious here. And there is no reason that pharma can't go away and other countries can't come in. And there's the problem they keep telling us is that they can go ahead and patent the drugs, the government could, and reduce the cost of medication. But then the pharmaceutical companies might not be so willing to make drugs. I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of other companies that would love to come in and start making medications. But they can't because the big companies already have driven them away. And I might not be the smartest person in the world, but I'm just saying I'm pretty sure there's options here. Um, why? Yeah, I did the whole who, what, when, where, and why thing. Why? Because 30 years ago, less than the amount of time that I've been alive, I would have been spending my entire life in a mental institution. So thank God for the medicine and for the doctors we have today. Two, a little over a year ago, one of the hospitals here in the area that I live in, and I will say that it was not, not Theta Care, almost killed me. It was so close that I got to see the other side and for an extended period of time, and I didn't know if I was coming back. When I woke up, I had a social worker say to me, and I quote, "It's people like you that need to be transferred to the Milwaukee psych unit and be held on a 15-day hold." The things that I wanted to say to that woman. Instead, I looked at her calmly and sternly and said, "I want to see the psychiatrist now." And I did. We talked. I looked at her and I said, "See you later." And I walked out the door. Oh, she was not happy. But it is people like her that are screwing with our system. Lock me up for 15 days. I don't think so. I'm crazy, but I'm not that kind of crazy. Maybe sometimes. It could happen. My meds might stop working. I might, I don't know, play with toys or something for days on end and seriously need 15 days. I don't know. Anyways, this is getting long. So, anyways, this was my introduction. If you can make it through this one again too, good job. You did it. But now you know what I'm doing. Register at that website that I've got, not the Facebook event. I mean, you can register there too. But if you register at the other one, that way we can mark the numbers. If you want to tell your story as well, that's great. Because, if you know of a family member, um, whatever, and that's who you want to walk for, you certainly don't need to give us names. But tell your story. Things need to get better, and it starts with us. It is not we the government. It is not. It's we the people. And when we are together, when all of our Facebook groups are together, when all of the people are together and on the same page, we can make a difference. We cannot make a difference by standing around and complaining about it. All right. I'll try and keep it short for next time, I promise. No guarantees. It's me, I talk a lot. All right, goodbye.